Hey, what's going on, everybody? Back for this NBA video for Monday. Two games, once again. Sixers against the Hawks, and then we have the Jazz against the Clippers to round out the night. So let's get started. As always, appreciate if you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Looking at the point guard options today, we have a couple of guys above 9K, Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young. Both have been playing well this series. Young desperately now needs a win for his team. They don't want to go down 3-1 back to Philly, so expect Trae Young to come out firing shots. He knows he has to be aggressive for his team to have a shot. I expect him to probably go back to like his New York Knicks games where he was taking like 20 plus shots, maybe 25 shots today against the Sixers. Because besides him and Bogdanovich, they're not getting very much. I mean, John Collins had a good game offensively, but really the offensive load lies on Trae Young, not only scoring but facilitating. I expect Young to have a very good game. And then Donovan Mitchell also looks great today. Just played 32 minutes. It was a blowout loss for them against the Clippers last time out, so reason for that. But you expect him, if this game is closer to playing closer to 40 minutes. We'll see if Mike Conley is back or not. That will make an impact on Donovan Mitchell's upside, but we'll see. Right now, I like Mitchell, assuming Conley is out. Ben Simmons fine, but I'd rather get up to two of these 9K guys. And then for value, I like going to Reggie Jackson at only $5,200. And then with the Sixers missing Danny Green, you're going to see more minutes for Shake Milton. You'll see more minutes for George Hill, Tyrese Maxey. But really, as Milton is probably the first guy that will get a crack at it, then Hill, then Maxey, just based on the last couple of games. But right now, I'm going Reggie Jackson. He's only $5,200. He makes sense just because he's so affordable. Gives you upside. He's been hitting a lot of his shots recently. Shooting the ball great. Gives you some peripheral stats, assists, a couple rebounds here and there, maybe a steal or two. And he's going to play north of 30 minutes in any sort of close game. So you got to like Reggie Jackson. At shooting guard, we have Paul George checking in at only $8,600. I love that price tag on George, especially when Kawhi Leonard is 10K. Both guys been playing pretty similarly this series. George shot the ball really well last game, 6 of 10 from distance. You need him to hopefully have a similar game at home today. Good shot, maybe that'll happen. But even if this game is close, you'll see George play north of 42 minutes. He's been playing 43, 44, played up to 46 in the games, probably 5 against Dallas, or game 6 against Dallas. He's just going to play so many minutes. If this, if this game was within like 5 points in the fourth, you'll see him be out there. Play the entire second half of some of these games in the Dallas series, so you got to like Paul George just for the pure minutes that he's going to play. He'll probably play more than Donovan Mitchell. And then you can maybe look to like Seth Curry. He's going to have to shoot the ball and score a little bit more without Danny Green. Maybe he'll get some more looks. Joe Ingles, I like depending on Mike Conley news. And then you definitely Korkmaz will probably get a shot at starting today at $3,500 in place of Danny Green. If not, you can go like Milton or go both Korkmaz and Milton because they'll both get some extra minutes. And that's mainly it. Like Williams plays very few minutes off the bench, but maybe he has a good game, but I'd rather go to Milton instead. Small forward, Kawhi is 10K. He is a great play. Put up north of 64. Before that, he put up 37, 38 the first couple of games. So overall, him and George are going to have to carry the team. If he can get up to Kawhi Leonard, that is great. I think I'd take this $1,400 savings on Paul George and then allow me to pay up for like Embiid at center, who I definitely want to do. I want to get to. He had a very cold first half. Had like 3 points at the end of the first quarter, probably closer to halftime. He got it done in the last couple of minutes in the second quarter, but he wasn't doing much in the first half. They were double teaming him. In the second half, he had a huge game. Almost had a triple-double, which would have been awesome. But I got to like Embiid. Over at power forward, we have the Clippers change up their starting lineup. They went back to Nick Batum. He's $4,500. He played 35 minutes. Expect him to play a lot of minutes again today. If he'll start again, they won the game. They won easily. So you expect them to run the same lineup that they did with Batum at the 4, going small ball with Morris at the 5, and that makes Batum look a lot better just with the minutes that he's going to get. Still at a very cheap price tag at 45, especially with like Solomon Hill not starting the second half, and then Gallinari looks appealing, but I'd probably go with Batum over Gallinari, and then Morris also looks fine at $4,300. But really like Batum just based on his value play, and then you can throw in a Collins or Bogdanovich. Small forward, besides Kawhi Leonard, you have Tobias at 81. If you wanted to go to a more affordable option here, you throw in like a Korkmaz at 35 and just take that savings. I'll gladly pay 35 for Korkmaz if he starts today. Gives you some shooting, gives you some, basically just going to give you some 3-point shots. gets you those extra points if he makes some threes. Maybe he can get a rebound or two or get an assist or two, but really it's going to be scoring dependent for him, which is fine if he plays north of like 25 minutes. And then last but not least here, plug in one of these expensive guards here, Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell. Take your pick. I'll go Trae Young right now just because I think he's going to have a very good game, probably a double-double today, if they're going to have any shot of going back to Philly 2-2. So this is it for DraftKings. Let's talk about FanDuel. All right, on FanDuel, point guard plays, we have a expensive Trae Young. He's 97, but only a couple of options here. I'd rather pay 97 for Young than 84 for Ben Simmons. If Conley plays, he looks viable. Otherwise, Reggie Jackson is a very nice price tag at 55. I'll gladly get to him at that price tag. I think Milton looks fine at 39 as a punt play. Over at shooting guard, it's Donovan Mitchell and Paul George. Probably will have the ability to get up to one of those two. I like Paul George at home a little bit more. I think the Clippers will win the game, so I'll side with Paul George over Donovan Mitchell, especially if Conley is back. And then Korkmaz is up to 47, so he's not the best price play on FanDuel. He looks a lot better on DraftKings. Maybe you can side with like a Seth Curry over him or a Joe Ingles over him. Small forward, Batum. Kawhi is super expensive, 11-2. That might be tough to get to. So I'd rather go to Paul George on both sides. I'd rather maybe take a shot on like Batum at 57. Otherwise, you're looking at like a cheap Matisse Thybulle at 38 to get to on the Sixers side. Maybe you can play like a Gallo, but if there's no Conley again, even if there's Conley, I think Bogdanovich gives you some of that spark that you need scoring-wise. Power forward, we have a expensive Tobias. I really don't get to them. I don't get to like Tobias when he's almost 9K with Embiid in there. I will rather go to like a Collins at 66 and then maybe look to like Morris at 51. There's only a couple of options here, so he's going to be in your player pool, but I'd rather go to like John Collins or Morris or I really don't like O'Neal that much, but John Collins or Morris instead. And then at center, I'll definitely be looking to get up to Embiid. He's like 11-2, leaves you with 55-25, but with Gobert almost 9K, I think Embiid is a little bit easier to get to, especially when you can't play Zubats now that he's coming off the bench. It might not play that many minutes. Capella is viable, but Embiid is just such a tough matchup for him. He's not gonna. Maybe he puts up like close to 40, but right now I think Embiid is the best option here. I think Capella is fine if you wanted to pay up for maybe like Kawhi Leonard instead at your small forward spot. But this is about it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Best of luck today. I'll catch you all next time.